Have you ever felt like you weren't admired by others? No matter what you do, you just can't seem to capture their attention or respect. Maybe you've tried to impress others by being overspoken in social settings, put in extra effort at work, but your contributions go unnoticed and it doesn't seem to make any difference. Or maybe, despite all the time and energy you put into your relationships, it feels like people just aren't giving you the recognition or admiration you deserve. If any of this sounds familiar, you're not alone. It happens to all of us. Obsession isn't about tricks, manipulation, or playing games. It's about becoming someone so self-possessed, so in control of yourself, that people can't help but be drawn to you. Ancient Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus mastered the keys to making others admire, respect, and yes, obsess over you. Today, we're going over 5 powerful, actionable steps the Stoics use to shift the way people see you and make them think about you non-stop. What I'm going to share today isn't for everyone. If you're looking for quick fixes or surface-level hacks, you won't get what you're hoping for. This is for those who want lasting, real influence. Stick around to the end, and you'll discover exactly how to command attention and respect without saying a word. Let's get started. Step 1. Master your emotions. Most people are slaves to their emotions, reacting impulsively, seeking constant validation, and letting external events dictate their mood. Their emotions are like waves crashing against them, unpredictable and turbulent, and this leads to chaos in their lives. They find themselves getting upset over the smallest things, reacting to every slight, and letting stress control their every action. In these moments, they're not in control. Their emotions are. A Stoic, however, lives by a completely different set of rules. Instead of being ruled by emotions, they master them. Stoicism teaches that emotions, like fear, anger, and sadness, are natural but should not be the driving force behind our actions. Instead of reacting impulsively, a Stoic remains calm, composed, and unshaken, no matter the circumstances. Their response to adversity or stress is measured and thoughtful. They don't allow their environment to dictate how they feel. They choose how to respond. This ability to stay composed no matter what's happening around you is incredibly magnetic. It draws people in because most of the time, people are overwhelmed by their emotions, and they don't know how to deal with them. When they see someone who isn't flustered, who doesn't get angry or upset over minor inconveniences, they begin to admire that person's inner strength. Imagine, you're in a highly tense situation at work, where tensions are rising and everyone's starting to speak over one another. Most people would get caught up in the stress, trying to raise their voice to be heard or reacting defensively to someone's comment. But not you. You stay calm. You keep your posture straight and you speak with clarity, addressing the situation with reason and poise. People notice and can't help but wonder how you've remained so calm. It's as if you're unaffected by all the drama and stress swirling around. In their eyes, you become someone they respect and want to learn from. They start paying attention to how you handle situations, trying to figure out what makes you different. When you refuse to react emotionally to situations that would normally trigger others, you become an enigma. Your calmness stands out in a world where chaos is the norm. Instead of trying to impress with empty words or grand gestures, you simply let your actions speak. Your ability to remain composed makes you someone others gravitate towards. Because you're not just reacting to life's events, you're taking control of them. This doesn't mean you suppress your emotions entirely. Stoics understand the value of acknowledging emotions and learning from them. However, they don't let emotions dictate their behavior. Instead of lashing out when frustrated, they ask themselves, what can I learn from this? Instead of succumbing to fear, they recognize it, but don't let it control them. They take a step back, breathe, and then make decisions with clarity and logic. People find this kind of emotional mastery fascinating. They want to know how you can stay so balanced while everyone else is losing their heads. And it's this curiosity that draws them closer to you. They start looking up to you, not because you're perfect, but because you've figured out how to stay grounded, how to remain true to yourself, no matter the pressure. When you master your emotions, you become the person everyone wants to be around. You become a source of stability in a world full of turbulence. And before you know it, people will be obsessing over you. Not because you've tried to impress them, but because your calm presence makes them feel something deeper than any temporary emotional reaction could. This is what emotional mastery does. It creates a presence that demands respect and draws others in. And once you've mastered your emotions, you'll see the difference it makes in how people perceive and eventually obsess over you. Step 2. Be indifferent to their approval. The moment you stop seeking validation is the moment people start giving it to you. This is a core principle in Stoicism. Stoics believe that external opinions, whether they are positive or negative, should never define our sense of worth. We don't need the approval of others to feel complete. Instead, our focus should be on living virtuously, acting according to our principles, and making decisions based on what is right, not what others expect from us. This detachment from others' validation doesn't mean that we become indifferent to people altogether. It's about refusing to base our self-worth on the opinions and judgments of others. When you stop chasing attention, you immediately stop playing into the cycle of seeking external approval. And when you stop seeking it, something amazing happens. People begin to take notice. The truth is, when we actively seek approval, we appear desperate. People can sense this, even subconsciously. They can tell when you are trying too hard to impress them, when you are eager to please. This energy is weak and unappealing because it's driven by a need for validation that others can easily exploit. On the other hand, when you are indifferent to their approval, when you show that you are self-sufficient, grounded in your own values and focused on your personal growth, you instantly become more attractive. This kind of self-assurance is magnetic. People are drawn to those who don't rely on others to define their worth. When you stop chasing approval, you begin to exude an energy of confidence, which naturally makes others want to be around you. Consider this. Imagine you walk into a room full of people. You could be the loudest person there, trying to make sure everyone notices you, or you could simply enter the room with a calm, measured presence. You don't rush to engage. You don't interrupt conversations. You simply observe. You stand tall, you stay grounded, and you focus on the moment, not on how others perceive you. In this scenario, the people who are desperate for attention will be loud and obvious, trying to get validation from anyone who will give it. But those who are indifferent to approval, who have already grounded themselves in their own values, will be the ones that others gravitate toward. They'll wonder, why isn't this person seeking my approval? What makes them so self-assured? And that's when the shift happens. People start craving your attention. They wonder what you know that they don't, and they want to get closer to you to figure it out. They start to respect you more because they see that you don't need them to feel good about yourself. You've already built that sense of security from within. You're not waiting for someone else to give you permission to be great. You're already great. This is how detachment from the need for validation works. It doesn't make you distant or unapproachable. It makes you centered, calm, and confident in yourself. People respect that, even if they don't fully understand it. They start to see you as someone who has something special to offer, not someone who is constantly seeking their approval. By focusing on living virtuously, sticking to your principles, and refusing to chase after recognition or praise, you essentially create a sense of mystery around yourself. You stop being predictable. You stop being someone people can easily manipulate for attention, and that's when people begin to want you even more. The true beauty of Stoic detachment lies in the freedom it gives you. You don't live your life for others. You live it for yourself. And when you stop seeking validation, you begin to receive it in the most unexpected ways. People start respecting you more, admiring your composure, and wanting to be around you because of the authenticity and self-sufficiency you radiate. When you become indifferent to others' approval, you become someone people can't help but notice. You become someone they want to understand, and in their desire for your attention, they will inevitably begin to obsess over you. It's a paradox. The less you need their approval, the more they crave yours. Step 3. Control what you can, let go of what you can't. Obsessiveness often comes from anxiety, the kind of anxiety that arises when we focus on things beyond our control. When you're consumed by what others think of you, how they feel about you, or what they might do, you end up constantly spiraling into worry. You start stressing over what someone else said, how they reacted, or whether you said the right thing. These thoughts fill your mind with doubt and frustration, because deep down you know you can't control how others feel or act. A Stoic, however, understands the truth. There is a world of difference between what's within your control and what's not. Stoicism teaches that we should focus only on what we can control, our own actions, our own thoughts, and our own responses. Everything else, let it go. The Stoics practice this principle every day, learning how to let go of the noise that distracts us from what truly matters. Think about it. When you spend your time worrying about things you can't change, you exhaust yourself emotionally. You become trapped in a cycle of anxiety, desperately trying to influence the actions of others, trying to force situations into your favor. You might even go so far as to beg for attention, approval, or love. But the more you beg, the more you lose your sense of power. You're no longer in control. On the other hand, when you choose to focus on what you can control, everything shifts. Your actions, your words, your mindset, these are the things that matter. You choose how you respond to a situation. You decide how to carry yourself. And by focusing on these things, you not only regain control of your life, but you also gain respect from others. You show them that you're not governed by external circumstances. You don't let the actions or reactions of others dictate how you feel or behave. This is powerful. When others see you responding calmly to stressful situations, when they see you standing firm in your principles despite everything going on around you, they begin to admire you. They respect the fact that you don't get caught up in the drama, that you don't chase after validation or approval, and that you don't get rattled by what's beyond your control. Instead, you focus on maintaining your own integrity, on doing what's right by you, regardless of the external factors. For example, imagine you're dealing with a difficult coworker who's constantly undermining your work. You could spend hours getting upset about their behavior, trying to get them to change, seeking validation from your other colleagues or your boss. You could stress over what they think of you and feel anxious every time they're in the room. But when you practice Stoic principles, you choose a different path. You focus on your own work. You don't engage in drama. You don't beg for their approval or seek revenge. You simply continue to act with professionalism and integrity, regardless of what they do. What happens then? People start noticing your strength. They notice that you don't need to react, that you're not desperate for attention or validation. You're focused on your own actions, not on controlling others. You become an example of emotional intelligence and mental strength. You show that you don't let the actions of others control your peace of mind. And here's the key. People find this incredibly attractive. Why? Because most people are caught in the trap of reacting to external circumstances. They let others' words, actions, and opinions affect them. They feel helpless when things don't go their way. But when they see someone who is unaffected by the chaos around them, who doesn't let the whims of others dictate their emotional state, they are in awe. They want to know how you do it. They want to learn from you. They begin to gravitate toward you because you are the calm in the storm they've been searching for. You become someone they admire, not because you seek their admiration, but because you don't need it. Your strength comes from within, and that's the kind of power that is magnetic. People are drawn to those who have a sense of inner peace, who aren't constantly fighting external battles, and who remain steadfast in the face of adversity. When you focus only on what you can control and let go of what you can't, you create a sense of calm around you. You stop reacting to every drama, every situation that's outside your control. Instead, you handle life with grace, with purpose, and with the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you are in control of your own actions. And it's in this state of inner peace that you begin to attract respect, admiration, and yes, obsession. People will want to be around you because they see something in you that they don't have. They'll want to know how you stay so calm, how you remain so centered, how you never seem to lose your balance. This kind of emotional mastery is rare. Most people don't have it. But when you do, you become the kind of person that others can't help but be drawn to. And the more you practice this principle, the more you'll see people becoming obsessed with your strength, your peace, and your ability to remain unshaken in the face of everything life throws your way. Step 4. Become a person of value. Obsession isn't just about attraction, it's about admiration. It's about becoming someone others not only want to be near but want to respect, look up to, and yes, even emulate. If you want people to be drawn to you, you need to become someone worth being drawn to. Attraction is fleeting, but admiration is earned. So how do you go about earning that admiration? By becoming someone who adds something meaningful to the world and the people around you. Start by developing your skills. Become an expert in something, anything. Whether it's your career, a hobby, or a unique talent, master it. Don't settle for mediocrity or passivity. Become the best version of yourself in every area of life. People are naturally drawn to those who are highly skilled and knowledgeable. When you stand out because of your capabilities, your potential, and your expertise, people will begin to look up to you, not because you've asked for their attention, but because you've earned it. Developing discipline is another cornerstone. Without discipline, talent and skills remain untapped. The Stoics understood this well. Consistency is key. They believed that true growth came from relentless practice and unwavering commitment to one's goals. If you want to command attention and respect, you need to show that you're not someone who gives up easily. A disciplined person doesn't just talk about their goals. They show up day in and day out, regardless of the circumstances. They know that growth takes time, effort, and resilience, and they don't shy away from that reality. But building value doesn't stop with your skills and discipline. It's also about having a purpose greater than relationships. Too often, people get stuck in the idea that their worth is measured by their ability to please others, by how many friends they have, or by how romantic relationships unfold. But true value comes from living with a purpose that transcends the need for external validation. What are you working toward? What's your bigger mission in life? A Stoic's life wasn't about chasing fame or recognition. It was about following a higher calling, one that gave their life meaning and direction. When you live with purpose, when you show that your life has meaning beyond the people around you, it becomes contagious. People are drawn to individuals who are driven by something larger than themselves. Imagine someone who's always striving to improve, whether they're learning a new skill, working on their health, or advancing their career. This person is always growing, always moving forward. People can't help but take notice. They wonder how this person remains so focused, so dedicated. They start to admire the way this person lives, purposefully, intentionally, and with a sense of direction. The more they witness your growth, the more they want to be part of your world. They begin to realize that being in your orbit means they too could learn, grow, and become better versions of themselves. And that's powerful. The truth is, when you're focused on growth, when you're constantly improving, learning, and becoming better, people take notice. They can't help but see the contrast between someone who is stagnant, who just drifts through life, and someone who is intentional about their progress. The person who is actively working towards something is rare, and it's that rarity that draws others in. When you stand apart in this way, when you show that you don't just drift along with the current, people will start to admire you. People are attracted to those who are not just living for today, but for tomorrow. Those who have a vision for their future and the discipline to pursue it. They admire those who don't settle for complacency, but continuously strive to be better, to learn more, to accomplish more. And as you continue to grow and build your value, others will begin to recognize that your worth is not dependent on their validation. Your value stands on its own, and this in turn makes you even more magnetic. When you have purpose, skill, discipline, and a clear direction, you not only become someone others look up to, but you also start to draw people in. Your life becomes a testament to what it means to live with intention and to relentlessly pursue growth. And in doing so, you'll find that people start wanting to be a part of your world, not because you ask them to, but because they want to share in the energy and ambition you exude. The more you build your value, the more others will gravitate toward you, drawn by the strength of your character and the clarity of your purpose. Becoming a person of value is not just about adding skill or working on self-discipline. It's about creating a life that reflects your worth, one that draws respect and admiration. It's about becoming someone who adds value to others simply by being who you are. And once you've reached that point, you'll find that people not only admire you, they will become obsessed with the energy, purpose, and strength you bring into their lives. Step 5. Speak less, mean more. Stoics don't waste words. They don't gossip, brag, or fill silence with meaningless chatter. Instead, they speak with intention, making every word count. This principle is grounded in the Stoic belief that wisdom is more valuable than words, and silence can often be more powerful than speaking. Stoics understood that the quality of their words mattered far more than the quantity. When you are selective with your words, you become a figure of mystery and power. People hang on to what you say because they know that when you speak, it carries weight. Your words become precious, and the moment you open your mouth, everyone pays attention. They respect your presence. They anticipate what you'll say next, knowing that you aren't one to waste time on trivialities. You become someone who communicates with purpose, someone whose words are intentional and meaningful. In a world where people often fill silence with mindless chatter, aimless opinions, or superficial banter, your quiet confidence stands out. You don't need to dominate a conversation to be noticed. Instead, you let your words reflect your thoughts and wisdom. This absence of noise creates an aura of authority. When you speak, it's not just about the content of your words, but about the way you say them, each word carefully chosen to convey your message clearly and effectively. This doesn't mean being silent all the time or refusing to engage with others. It means being discerning about when and how to speak. It's about recognizing that silence isn't awkward or uncomfortable, but rather an opportunity to gather your thoughts and make your words count. When you speak less, you actually end up speaking more powerfully because your words hold more meaning. Imagine being in a group conversation where everyone is talking over one another, trying to make their point heard. But you stay calm and composed. You listen carefully to others, and when it's your turn to speak, you share your thoughts thoughtfully and concisely. Your words are clear, direct, and insightful, leaving everyone around you impressed and engaged. They begin to pay attention not only to what you say, but to how you say it. Your quiet confidence, combined with the strength of your words, creates an energy that is impossible to ignore. People become drawn to you because they start to realize that you're different. You're not like everyone else who fills the air with endless noise. You have mastered the art of speaking with purpose, and that purpose is rooted in wisdom, not the need for approval or attention. Your words are not just a way to communicate, they're a reflection of who you are. And when you speak, people sense that authenticity, that power. Furthermore, when you speak less, you also leave room for others to speak. You're not trying to dominate the conversation, and that humility attracts respect. It shows that you value others' opinions and are more interested in meaningful dialogue than in hearing the sound of your own voice. This dynamic, where you allow others to contribute while maintaining your own presence, creates a powerful balance. It makes you someone others want to engage with because you've mastered the art of giving space while still commanding attention. The more you practice this, the more you'll notice how people begin to seek your opinion and want your input. When you speak, they listen. When you're silent, they wonder what's on your mind. This magnetic presence is rooted in the Stoic ideal of being purposeful with your words. The less you speak, the more people will respect and value your thoughts. They'll start to crave your insight, wanting to know what you'll say next, because they understand that when you do speak, it will be something worth hearing. In a world where everyone seems to be shouting to be heard, your quiet confidence and intentional speech will make you stand out. People will not just admire you, they will become obsessed with the way you carry yourself, with the power of your words, and with the presence you exude. You won't need to speak often to be heard, because when you do speak, your words will resonate far beyond what you could have imagined. Making someone obsess over you isn't about deception, it's about discipline. It's about becoming so in control of your emotions, your actions, and your mindset that people can't help but be drawn to you. They'll wonder why you don't chase, why you're so composed, why you don't crave their approval. And in that wondering, they'll find themselves thinking about you constantly. Because the ultimate power is needing nothing from them, yet having everything they secretly crave. Now, watch this video on the power of focusing only on yourself and unlock the key to personal growth, success, and peace of mind. Don't let distractions hold you back. Press play and take control of your journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone you feel needs to hear this. Thanks for watching, and be stoic, always.